Hey homies, what's up? Ryan Wynn here with another episode of Late Night INKS. Doing a double check on my audio and video, make sure everything's running properly. If you're in the chat, give me a what's up. I see Gingerton is out there. All right, we're letting everyone collect from after the Michael Bancroft stream. I can say that, Michael Bancroft stream. Anyways, tonight, what we're doing tonight is we're going to be doing some watching a video of me inking Cade from Kill Cade. This was originally drawn, penciled by Dean Kotz, our Gods and Gears artist. Gods and Gears. And this was for the Alterna Comics poster that had all the characters, or at least, one character from all the books at the time. Many of you have gotten this poster in the last year. I think it's going to be out of print after this last campaign. So if you're getting it with this campaign, you are getting a collector's item. So I'm going to be inking part of that, and we're going to be posting the entire video over on the Death Curse Patreon later this week. So you'll want to know more about that. So we're going to get it going here. We're going to roll the intro and let the crowd gather, as you will. And then I'll explain my shirt. We'll go over some of the other merch we got, and we'll take a look at a few things, and we'll have a good old time. So stay tuned, and thanks for watching.
Give us any chance, we'll take it. Read us any rules, we'll break it. We're gonna make our dreams come true. Doing it our way. Nothing's gonna hold us back now. Straight ahead and on the track now. Gonna make our dreams come true. Doing it our way.
All right, I need to get a crown so I can bob my head while that's going along. All right, we got a few friends in the house. We got Joe Boo throwing the greetings out there. What is up, Joe Boo? Good to see you, bud. We have Gingerton saying hello. We have Colin Swinburne. It's me, Colin Swinburne. Yes, and we have TJ Good Thunder, one of the major inspirations for one of the names in Gods and Gears, the Thunder Bros. He and his brothers go by Thunder Bros. Man, he says hey to everyone else. And Colin says, you look sleepy. You okay, bro? I just woke up from a long nap, so cheers to baggy eyes and deep voices. I spent all afternoon sort of reworking the end pages of Hammerella and doing a bunch of page layouts, and it just swelled up my brain, and then my brain popped, and I had to go take a nap before I was going to do this. Mandible Smasher, good to see you. Ryan, what brand headphones are you wearing? These are just some like cheap Sonys. I think they were like $20 like years ago. The little pads wore off, and I had a pair that I didn't like that had similar pads, so I threw those on, and I don't know, I like the way the white pops against the black, so that's kind of what I do as an inker too. All right, Eliza Bar. I think I have something in this box over here. Eliza Bar might find interesting. Good to have you here, Eliza Bar. Rex Doom, sup mains? Mr. Rex Doom. I didn't check today. Wasn't checking my feed and Twitter, just the DMs and stuff for the most part, to see if you are back, homie. Hope you are back. Hey, Sugar Chris, what's up? Saying hi, Ryan, and hello to everyone else. Friend Simonin7 in the chat. Good to see you, Simonin. I see Simonin in so many places sometimes that if I go 2 or 3 days without seeing Simonin, it feels like it's been a week or two. Good to have you here. SDA. Welcome, SDA. Good to see you here, too. Sugar Chris says, I need to get my fancy setup, too. You got a nice background behind you and everything. Yeah, if you saw it here, it's all clipped together with, clips and tape and strapped together with clips and tape. And we're going to be doing something fancier. I have these giant versions of the Gods and Gears cover that Austin, famous painter and old mentor of mine, Billy Brackage, did they're almost as big as these banners. They're huge. And what I want to do is for either Late Night Inks or one of my shows, not the comic shit, but for something else, have those set up on either side in the background, way in the back, lit by themselves. And I think that would be cool. But I'm really happy with this. It's the convention banner and just a black sheet, man. Really, really simple. I don't hide what the magic is here. Liza Bar comments on my comment about Simonin. He says, that's because Simonin's presence slows time down. So when you see Simonin, you get to enjoy a day even more. Wow, that is, I love that you guys are always saying nice things to each other, because you're all a bunch of snarky SOBs and you're really funny about it, but you're always nice to each other too. I dig it. All right, Simonin says, only on the night shift, midday streams, I'm busy elsewhere. Well, there we go. And channel friend of many channels, friend of many people, William C. Good to see you, buddy. And Jackson Zelda, what is up? Excuse me, clear my throat, drinking my warm water, bags under my eyes. As I was saying, I just had a long nap. Now, before we play the inking video, we'll keep checking. We'll keep our eye on the comments on the chat. But I found, not that I found, the video's out there, but I've been collecting all the Gods and Gears stuff because now we have issue 1, second prints finally. This isn't one, but Peter's got them, and they're going out to all the backers of the alternate campaign first, and then they'll be on the website. Otherwise, you can still order them through the Hammerella campaign. That's right, I said Hammerella, and that is still in demand on Indiegogo. And just so you don't forget, here's this. There, it's in your head. It'll be in your head the next couple of days. If you haven't backed it, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I got to go back that. But I was collecting all the animation and stuff from Gods and Gears because I want to start pushing that. We're going to be doing the Giant, the Trade, and then getting into issues 5 through 8 this year. I'm working heavily on that script. It's so close. It's so close, and it's so cool. But there's a couple bugs I still need to work out before I get it to Dean. But the other thing I wanted to share that here, share audio, that some of you may not have seen was when it's about 2 years ago, late 2018, we did some animation for Gods and Gears to promote it at conventions and to promote it when that came out and stuff. And it's not going to play that great at the highest quality through the Dropbox player, but take a look. Some of you may, like I said, some of you may not have seen this. This is all done in Procreate on my little iPad Pro. One of the mans of the hour is here. Death Curse, Rooster Puncher, Spencer Desmond, creator of Can't Kill Cade. And Blast Beat, our friend from Monday on the Comic Ships. You're all weirdos. And that's why you're here, isn't it, Blast Beat? And there we go. That was the Gods and Gears animation. So yeah, I said one of the men of the hour because tonight I'm going to be playing a video in just a second. We can still hang out and chat while the video plays, but going to be playing a video of me inking Cade from Can't Kill Cade. That's an alternate comic. Issue 1's out now. Issue 2's on its way. Spencer Desmond of Death Curse fame, our homie, is the co-creator of that. At Count Pagan over on Twitter. Kevin Castanero is the other creator and the artist on that. And our friend Nick Welch of Red Koi fame is the colorist on the project. And like I said at the top of the show, this video is from the poster, the alternate poster that we had at the time. That is now a collector's item, penciled by Dean Kotz, inked and colored by yours truly. But again, before we get into that, like I was saying, we got in a bunch of merch. I don't have the ringers at hand, but I do have, we got our trucker hats. Showed these off on the ship the other day, but if you missed that, here we go. We got our Gods and Gears trucker hats, and then I got finally collected everything from Sticker Mule. So we have all the Hammerella buttons. I'm not going to show you everything because the box is full of them. We got bags of those. We've got bags of these keychains. Sorry, I know it's loud on the mic. We got bags of the keychains. Literally boxes and boxes, just giant boxes with thousands of trading cards. Because we got all the trading cards that are going to every backer, every physical backer. So we got all those trading cards. They got their stats. Let's see. Whoops. Power rankings and stats on the back. So those are cool. We got hundreds and hundreds of the holographic stickers. And then we got the Fun Time Bubbly logo. Let's see. It's hard to see there. Stickers. We got the Hammerella headshot stickers. All kinds of fun stuff. Next few days, I'm going to be inking up all these sketch cards and the commissions. Oh, this is way too bright. You can't see, nor will it end up focusing on that. Let's see. You can almost see the Spider Jerusalem there. All right, those are too hard to see. But I got all those going on. So everything's coming together. Working on the last portion of the book. That's going to be, we're still a few weeks from finishing that up, but then we're going to, like I said, we got everything. The Hammerella baseball tees are coming in tomorrow, I think. And then, we're still in talks with people about the Hammerella figures and possible bust, but those might be post-campaign. I'm not quite sure. They're not taking precedent over the production of the book, I can tell you that much. All right, we're going to catch up on, we'll catch up on comments after I start tonight's video. We don't need audio as we're just going to be watching me ink, and there's no talking over it. So there we go. So I guess there is a little brush. Oh, this was from part of the test when I was testing the video. We'll start it off at the very start. And feel free to ask me any questions about inking or Gods and Gears or comic industry, whatever you got questions about. Latest movies we've seen. I watched the first Jumanji this week and was surprised at how fun it was for such a dorky movie. Probably going to watch the second one. Yes, I did watch the Snyder Cut and I did like it. And just like most Snyder films, there's a bunch of dorky stuff in that as well as a bunch of awesome stuff, but we're going to be talking about that over on the Death Curse podcast. We did record our first episode, and it's going to turn into multi-part episodes. So you guys are going to be getting more than you expect from us over there. But Spencer did have a little bit of trouble with his Mac this week, so I think we're a couple days behind on getting the episode up. But it's a great episode. Kevin wasn't there; it was just Jeff, Elkins, Spencer, and I, and we have a lot of fun talking about it. But it's a lot to talk about, whether you love, hate it, or just can't find yourself caring about it. It's a lot to take in and discuss. So let's catch up on the chat here. All right, my homie Ty Ranger, friend and channel artist. He is the one that did the drawing. You guys have seen it on Twitter, the drawing of John and I's Pirates for the comic ship. On the show so far, we've only shown the one of John for his Booty from Beyond video. You guys know it's this one here. So that's Ty Ranger's artwork. Thank you for that, Ty. We got some color versions of that coming in. We're going to do some fun stuff with that as well. Rex Doom saying room. That's right. Oh, that must be about the Gods and Gears ad roar. Thank you guys for hanging out for that. Blast Beat says the animation goes great with the pills that I found on the floor of the bathroom. That's right. We want to give you that. That's the vibe we're going for. And TJ Good Thunder says, watching my sidekick Cat Beerus tonight. He's hoping he gets to see Scoops. I keep telling him he probably won't. Scoops is passed out right now. That's Scoops or Rocket, the orange cat that we have. He ran himself wild this afternoon. He found himself, his new toy is the plastic binding, the flat plastic binding that goes around the boxes that we got shipped in. You know, everyone's like, oh, the cat likes the boxes. We cut the binding off. As soon as it whapped off and hit the floor, he went chasing it, and that's been his new toy. And I can just stand in one spot, run that thing in circles, warm out, and he went to sleep. So as onto the video really quick, I am using a Hunt 102 nib here. This is FW ink at the time. When you see me use a brush later, I am probably using Rapidograph ink for the brush because I like the way that flows over. I didn't ink everything with Dean on this poster with the nib. I sometimes use nib just for faces and hands. I tend to use brush for about 90% of stuff these days. I don't ink other people normally these days anymore. That's an old part of my life. But with Cade, this crusty killer from this action-packed B-movie exploitation type film character, I wanted him to be crusty. You know, he's somebody who's just nonstop going through action and violence, and he kind of looks like a homeless dude. So I wanted him to have a little bit of a sharper edge. So instead of hitting the pants and the contour lines with the brush, I went in with the nib. And I forget this character in the foreground there. That is from a character that's no longer at Alterna. So whatever. All right, on with the chat. Hope you guys are all having a good week. We got 19 people hanging out. That is awesome. Sorry for no ink along tonight, and sorry for the last couple weeks where I have not done late night inks. The comic ship takes up a lot of effort, and ink alongs take up a lot of time and effort. Not in a whiny way, just more time and effort than I have allotted. And I'm trying to figure that out, you know, because sometimes it's just about figuring out how to adjust things, and you can make things work. But trying to wrap up Hammerella and do both shows has kind of been overwhelming. I've even had to back out of Geronimo Draws a few times, and I think I'll be back there next week. But you know, trying to just put as much focus on the book, so that won't be any later than it is, and also so I can get on to other things. We're going to be doing a bunch of 3D sculpting and figure work this summer and this year. I want to get onto that. And we also have animation stuff. And as you know, I don't have a whole team of people. I have a few people that work with me on things, and I do a bunch of it. So I need to be freed up to do to move on to that. But that being said, I'm having the time of my life on these Hammerella pages. I've never had the opportunity to do a story this big where I'm in charge of everything. And the ideas that I get to come up with, say for a flashback page, I'm doing something new where there's no black line art. It's just color work, and it's way more into playing with the geometric shapes of the forms and stuff like that. And it's really, I think it's really fun and really cool. And I have a couple different scenes where I get to play with completely different styles within this universe. And then we also have the intro and outro pages by Dean Kotz. That really tie it to the Gods and Gears universe that I think everyone's going to be really stoked about. All right, Simon7 giving Brian from Blastbeat thumbs up for his good music recommendations. Lizbar, I'm a few minutes behind on the chat here, like 5 minutes behind here. Lizbar said he could squint and see it. It was magical. Luckily, I did send that trading card through the DMs to Elizbar so he could see it. I hadn't tested before I did the show to see if you could see those things here. Mandible Smasher says, nice, back Death Betty Zero and Gearhead bundle last week. Looking forward to it. Oh, thank you so much, Mandible Smasher. You got yourself an awesome bit of history and a little collector's item there. If you aren't over on the Alterna Rec Room, I don't have the link in there right now, down there right now. I will. There is a link in the description for Can't Kill Cade over on the Alterna site, so you can hop over from there. What was I going to say about that? I just got distracted by reading the chat. Anyways, back to Gear. Anyway, I've been posting stories once a week. I'm posting the history of Gods and Gears, and it goes over some of that Death Betty issue 0 issue that has the original first 5 pages of Gods and Gears, which was called Driver and Shotgun at the time. I will eventually be doing a video series on that over here. But for now, just for Gods and Gears fans, it's over there first. It's just post like an article. You read it, and there's some art, just a few paragraphs, but some fun history. And every weekend, I was going to try every Friday. I missed last week. Ended up being Saturday night. So I'm just going to say every weekend I'll get it up there. We are going to be doing more Death Betty as well. Death Betty was a creator-owned series that I did the art for. My friend Adam Jackman wrote it. It's available on Comixology, 3 issues of it. It's a fun experimental book. We were doing all kinds of stuff with it. It's short comic stories. It's comic strips. It's prose. It's all kinds of weird ways of telling or playing with the story in that universe with those characters. It's a little bit Fooly Cooley, a little bit Scott Pilgrim, and we're going to be doing a printed collection, even if it's just on newsprint or like a bound collection of all the issues. We're going to be doing something. Razmaz asks, can I ink with my foot? I have done some goofy things like that before. I know there's been some guys who have done that stuff on YouTube. I'd be down for trying something like that, drawing and inking with our feet. That seems like that would be more of a something we would do over on Death Curse. You know, maybe have a few drinks and do some foot drawings or something like that. Death Curse says he thought it was incredibly silly. Okay, so I know he's talking about Justice League. Bet you anything. He laughed during the whole thing. He had a. That's what's great. Everyone's got a different point of view, and that's what's fun. On our streams are going to be really fun about that, or our Patreon episodes where we talk about it, because Jeff's got his own take, I've got my own take, and yeah, and it's fun, and definitely Rooster has his own take as well. Jin says a prosthetic foot brush attachment. I bet there's dudes that have lost their feet that have figured out how to strap their paintbrushes to their feet. If they lost their hands and feet, paint with their legs or something. Hey, Jay Lee, not sure if you're still here. Again, I'm almost 10 minutes behind. I got to zip through this chat, man. Jay Lee, friend of the channel. What is up, buddy? Good to see you here. Simon7 asking, Spencer, what's up with the early bird streams? Yeah, Spencer's trying to be Mr. Responsible. Oh, I get up early and I do work and I reach out to the fans and all that stuff. Adam Warlock says the Donner cut is the only cut that matters. The Donner cut is an awesome cut. It is funny that we've had 2 major cuts of movies, recuts that have to do with Superman. But maybe he's such a powerful icon, That being said, I dug it. I dug about all the stuff people complain about. I was like, I had fun with that. But I totally get what people say. Like, it is, the perfect angsty teen bro movie, and stuff like that. A cat passed out. No, now I know in the chat I can see where I was in the video. Lizbar says that's quite the cast of characters on that poster. Yeah, we've got all kinds of cool alternate characters from present, from past, some that are no longer with us. Death Curse replies to Simon, and he says, I've been trying to stream some early day stuff as well as figuring things out. Yeah, Spencer's one of those guys. He gets out on the stream and works out his ideas kind of with the crowd and at his desk. It's kind of fun. I enjoy the streams where it's just Spencer sometimes, but he doesn't do those as much. He hands out the links to guys like me, Jeff, Kevin, and Kayla. And, we go in there and screw it up for him. Yes, Elizbar is correct. The dude in the bottom left there is from Wicked Righteous. It's like Devil Sun or something like that. Razmaz also, they take a lot of ink. Rex Zoom says, I was working on printing a book earlier and my printer went to boop. I felt like I was going to have a mental breakdown, filled up on cheeseburgers from Wendy's, then passed out. Boy, if you're going to fill up on some cheeseburgers, square ones from Wendy's aren't bad. What's their spicy nuggets? Their fries are always fresh. I had a perfect McDonald's burger last night. I finished a page and I was sitting there. It was like 12:30 at night. And I was like, all I want is a burger. That's all I want. I just want one cheeseburger. I want that freaking McDonald's cheese. I want the cheese that's sticking out the corner of it, that's sticking out of the bun, that's melting over the edge. It's not melted yet. It's flopped over, and it's still kind of cold. That was calling to me. That was calling to me, and I was like, ah. And the closest thing we have is a McDonald's. It's right here. It's at the end of my neighborhood in the street. It takes 30 seconds to get there. So I did that, and then I passed out on the couch, trying to take notes on the Snyder Cut for our next episode, but I ended up passing out on the couch. So I'm with you, Rex Jim. Demon Child, Simonin says, thank you, Simonin. I knew, see, that's just, I don't try to look up the answers. You guys will always have the answers. Let's see. Simonin asked me, says, Ryan, did you know much of Cade when you inked this, or was it just a drawing from the alternative poster? Excuse me. This character, I actually did know about Cade. Spencer and I have been friends for much longer than I should admit or want to admit to myself, but probably going on 4 years. And one of the first things he ever did was send me his PDF of the original Ash Can for Cade. So I was fairly familiar with the character. It was slightly in a different form, different colors, stuff like that. Still Kevin's pencils and inks. I think Spencer was coloring at the time. But yeah, I did actually know that character. I think I'd read almost every character on here. Yeah, I think I had read every character on here. There weren't any new ones. There was Stephanie Cannon's character from a book. They've put that on hold. I forget what the character's name is, but it was she was from a one-page short, and it came out on a Wednesday. And I think she was from that world, but I don't think she was actually in the issue. So she may have been the only one, but we had been given, Javi had sent us the artwork for reference and stuff like that. So how many arms does Ryan have? Still not enough, Adam Warlock. Still not enough. Razmaz, you are wrong. He says no Timey Tim in the pick, 0 stars. There is a Timey Tim in the pick. He is up on Psycho KO's shoulder. We might not see that in this video, as I think that's on the other page of the double page spread. But if you look on that poster and you look on the finished original work, there is a Timey Tim on that poster. So I don't know how many stars we get for that, but I'm reclaiming our whatever stars we lost. I'm reclaiming there. Lizbar says Ryan has 4 arms. He stole 2 from other artists. I like to think that I stole random 2. Like I got a left-hand one from a left-hand artist and a right-hand one from a right-hand artist. That way I got 2 really useful hands. Because many of you have probably seen artist Charlie Snoggins, he's done these 2-hand drawings where he does the symmetrical drawing. And that used to be an exercise that we would do in high school. And it's really fun. It's a really fun way to loosen up your brain, and you don't realize how much you can get done with your left hand if it's mimicking your right hand. Where if you put your right hand down and try to do it, you'll screw up. But I recommend trying it out, even just in your sketchbook. It's kind of fun. My high school teacher was a student of Betty Edwards, who wrote the book Drawing from the Right Side of the Brain. And so we would go through those from freshman year on. We were studying that book and similar books that helped you explore negative space and kind of like see the world in shapes and forms and different ways, and really paid off. It was definitely one of those things at the time in high school. You're like, come on, this is dumb. Drawing the negative space of a chair. And then you go to study comics a little more and you see how, like, you know, Klaus Janson does that or Frank Miller does that. And you're like, oh, you can put it into art? Oh, that's awesome. Adam Warlock says, I would assume he stole Spencer or Jeff's arm. Yeah, I stole both their good arms. And I left them both with crappy arms. Elias Bar agrees. Don't think you're right. Death Curse says, drunk, no dominant hand drawing contest. That is gold. And I barely ever drink. So you guys getting me to drink on the Death Curse channel and drawing is going to be a lot of fun. All right, Mijo, a little Ijo in the house. El Padrino. You guys are going to be seeing a lot from him this year. He is a young up-and-comer. He's doing a project for the Death Curse channel that Spencer's writing. And he is also going to be working on a project with me that none of you know about, but it is going to involve superheroes and horror and lore and underground cities, and it's awesome. But we're going to be slowly working on that over the next year or so because he's going to be going off to school, and we are in no rush to make this project. We are going to patiently work on it as he hones his skills. But he is definitely somebody we need to be watching out for. All right, Jay Lee is still hanging out with us. He's at work for a couple more hours, so still awake big time. Did a pinup for Malin's swimsuit issue. Nice. Yeah, I saw that. I saw the what did I say? Booties on snowmobiles. Booties, snow bunnies on snowmobiles image. Definitely caught my eye on Twitter. That's rad that you got to be part of that. That's going to be huge. Like really huge. I like hundreds and hundreds. What, 1,000 people gonna order that? That's huge, dude. The Bustis League says Death Curse. SDA agrees about the Donner cut. Man, I am starting to catch up. Wendy's bacon cheeseburger and chili. SDA. Oh, SDA. What are you doing? Williams, you're getting me wanting that. William C says he has a little card for free Wendy's Frosty with any purchase. Ours used to have those. I'm going to see if they do because they stopped for years. They had them forever, and then a couple of years ago they stopped giving them out. Death Curse would like to announce that he's going to do another stream tomorrow. He's been learning a bunch of weird stuff in his downtime. Yes, he has downtime, folks. No, he doesn't. The Frosty Lover 2, the Frosty Lover card. I got that too. Boy, I really messed that sentence up. Gingerton is the culprit there. And everyone's forgiving me for having McDonald's. Instead of shaming me, everyone's forgiving me. Thank you, TJ Good Thunder. As I mentioned at the top of the show, some of you may have missed out, but the Gorilla Bros in Gods and Gears are... their team name is the Thunder Bros, and that was directly stolen from my friend TJ Good Thunder and his brothers that call themselves the Thunder Bros. My homie's out of Arizona. I used to spend a lot of time in Arizona. Phoenix Comic-Con was, that was my main Comic-Con for almost a decade. I watched all these young indie artists grow up and get popular and move on without me. Debuted Death Betty there. We sold over 100 copies in just a day and a half. I had printed up 300, took like 100 and something, thinking wouldn't sell them all. And man, the fan base there was just fantastic. Razmat says original Cade was a black one-eyed independent woman who need no man. And Spencer went and ruined it, turned him into a white man. Rex Doom says McDonald's is great, really. The quarter pounder with cheese is amazing. My only problem is my specific McDonald's this last year, they've been slacking on the fries. You gotta ask, like, are the fries fresh? Don't have to ask for fresh ones. You just gotta ask, are they? And they go, if they're not, they tell you to pull around to the side, and they'll bring you out the fresh fries. Because they used to rule it that it was always fresh fries with the perfect amount of salt on them. And I don't know, pandemic rush, whatever, trying to move people through that drive-through. It was suffering. So I learned I had to pick the day of the week I went, because I tried to just go one day a week if possible, and then pick the time of day I went. And but man, my Del Taco always delivers fresh fries. They only do small batches of fries. You could go for breakfast burritos. You could go for late night tacos, Taco Monday, Taco Wednesday. You could even do the same old Taco Tuesday like everybody else, but fries are always fresh. Simon 7 says that canon book I wanted to read, it came out on a one-day short story, was interesting. Yeah, I think it's just on delay. I think they wanted to get through some stuff. They all had bigger projects, and that was sort of, I think it was something that was a short story, and then they were very quickly trying to turn it into a series, and then they already had their Heir of Isildur series going on, and I think this was just like turned into a bigger project than they wanted, because I know it's all we're still all friends and on good terms and stuff like that. Yeah, Javi's a good artist. You're right, Simonin. But yeah, he does their other project with them, and I think they'll be coming back to it. Hey, we got another Ryan in the house. The Ryan Cardinal. What is up, homie? Good to see you. Always nice to have another Ryan in the house. Replicant coming by. Another badass artist. Boy, Replicant. What was our prompt? Goblin? Boy, I said on Twitter you won, brother, but that was a fantastic piece. Great composition, doing a piece with that many goblin characters, and then you added colors into and everything. That was just, awesome job, man. All right, Razmaz has awarded 5.5 stars for the inclusion of Timey Tim in the poster. Yeah, I don't have the poster art handy. I should have, so I could pull that up. William C. says, Snoggin's got a 2-page spread in the Malin's pinup book. Looks crazy good. Yeah, I bet it does. Hoping the best for him and his family. I'm not sure what's up, updates on that, but I know his wife had gone through some trouble this last year. So Ty Ranger says, I did some Bob Ross paintings left-handed after my surgery on my right. Was surprised how well it turned out. So you daredeviled, your senses channeled from one to the other. Yes, Padrino, Klaus Janson is the GOAT, definitely. Everyone's saying hi to each other. Hey, D. Hausner, what is up, buddy? Friend of the channel, artist and creator. Good to see you here. Deathcurse says, yeah, if my Mac wasn't in limbo, Padrino would already have the script. Well, that's what you get for shopping, buying your computers from demons. I tried to warn you, but no, you don't. Simonin says, watch out for El Padrino. He was trying to steal Jimmy Reyes' new wife on a stream. That's not surprising. That's not surprising. He's definitely a troublemaker, but that's one of the things you got to deal with. I was a young troublemaker too. You guys know me as this elder statesman, this wise old man. But I was once a young troublemaker myself. And the thing that came with that young trouble was some awesome art and some bold brushwork. And we're going to be getting that from El Padrino as well. Ty Ranger taking a knock at us. Raz, since when have Ryan and Spencer ever looked groomed? LOL, JK, love you guys. I sometimes do, but this last year, no. Most of you haven't known me. I used to take much pride in having my short, high and tight pompadour, my sweet fades. But all of my barbers went into hiding this last year. But luckily, I am getting back into the swing of awesome haircuts in the next week or two. My one of my in-laws, she just recently moved to a place nearby, and I am going to be taking her up because she is awesome at it. So let's see. Everyone's saying hi to D because D is awesome. Death Curse is chiming in with, I watched the 90s made-for-TV Justice League movie with the headshot dudes, and it made me want to die. Yeah, you know what? We'll probably have to discuss that a little bit too. I've only seen that on VHS bootleg, and it was years and years and years ago. But I would like to see some of that, especially since we're talking about all this Justice League stuff. Yeah, rock on for the Donner cut and making you hungry. LOL. Definitely. Everyone's saying hi to D. Eliza Bar warns, if I eat enough Mickey D's, I'll turn into Spencer, so be careful. Hey, if I grow from some 6 foot to 6'5" from eating McDonald's, I'll take it. Jackson Zelda asks, since it's Gods and Gears related, do you think Hammerella will eventually be on Alterna website or only on this campaign? In this form, Jackson, in this perfect bound form with these extras, this is the only place, or this run of prints is the only time I'm going to have this book available. It will eventually come out in a slightly shorter form on newsprint as the Gods and Gears annual. So that's the thing here. So we got Gods and Gears 1 through 4. Then we have our Hammerella issue. That's on the campaign. It will come out probably after issue 8 as annual number 1. And the annuals will work that way. I'll do once a year, I'll do a campaign that will get, a special edition of that book and then it will come out in a newsprint form later that year. So I already have the second one planned, way ahead on things now. And like I said at the start of the show, you may not have been here, but I am almost done with the scripts for 5 through 8 for Gods and Gears. Dean is seriously, he's just waiting. He's chomping at the bit. He's going through the commissions that we got from the Hammerella campaign. And yes, the second annual is going to be a Hammerella-based story as well. I don't want to give away the name yet, and I don't want to hint at too much of what that is. And well, that was it for that video. And we're gonna go for a few more minutes, hanging out with you guys, answering some questions, and then we're gonna wrap up by the top of the hour. Make sure you are subscribed, hit like, all that stuff. We are almost to 1,000 subscribers. I can't believe that. It was just a couple years ago. We were at a 200, 300. I think a year ago we were only at 3-something. So in this last year we have grown incredibly, and I want to give back to you guys as much as possible for that. So I am. It's been tough getting the late night inks, but for sure once Hammerella's wrapped up, that's going to be regular again. Every week we're going to do this. Like I think it was 3 weeks ago that I did the last episode, and I thought I had it figured out, but we're going to be doing at least 1 or 2 ink-alongs a month, and we'll do something like this once a month. And I'd really like to get some guests on. I talked to John Levisay, famous DC. I mean, he's worked for everyone, but he's most famous for his work at DC, and he's an old friend and a mentor of mine. I talked to him. He's more than happy to come on. He's not set up to do any inking live, but he's got a book that he's got coming out that he wants to promote anyway, so he'd like to come on. And I just want to have him on so you guys can ask other professionals besides myself, guys that have worked on all kinds. Like, I've worked on some cool guys, but guys like Levisay, Joe Weems. I'd really like to get Bat on the channel. Matt Banning. He's somebody I am friends with, but we don't talk often, and I'm not sure what his deal is with going on streams and things like that. But he's definitely somebody I would like to get on. And if there's somebody you guys want me to try to talk to, we're going to be having David Barron, the colorist, on. He's a good friend of mine, and he's got an indie project that's not a comic book. It's more of a book kind of a thing going on. And I forget what it's called right now, but we'll be having him on. Plus we're going to continue. The Comic Ship is going to always be promoting lesser known creators. We're trying to get spotlight on people who we think deserve it and things like that. William C. congratulating El Padrino on the projects. Yeah, he's you're gonna be stoked on it. Yeah, William C. is a great friend, great supporter. Was in a band called North Via. We're gonna be using some of that music. I got permission from the man William himself to be using some of that music on future videos. Videos like this are actually when I should use it. Have it playing in the background. That's what I should have done. Yeah, scrolling through the chat, scrolling with the homies. All right, Ty Ranger just asked for no salt, light salt, and grab a salt pack. Always fresh that way. Oh, I see. Yes, about the McDonald's questions. Man, I'm back to being 10 minutes behind on that. I'm going to scan through these really quick. Adam Warlock, I miss Del Taco. We don't have any Del Tacos in NorCal anymore. Oh, that sucks, dude. Because I've lived in 2 cities where there were 2 Del Tacos directly across the street from each other. When I lived in, it was El Toro at the time, Lake Forest growing up, there was a Noggles on one block and a Del Taco directly across from it. And then Del Taco bought all the Noggles and they made them both Del Tacos. And it was so funny because people would have competition over it. Like in junior high, the rockers would hang out at one and the rappers would hang out at the other. And us skaters would hang out at both, or we would just follow the girls around wherever girls were. What did you get from Somali Pirates, Death Curse? I don't even know. I missed something now. We're catching up. I'm scrolling down. I'm catching up. I'm way too far behind. Here we go. Let's see. D. Hausner says, dude, you got me hooked on those Albanese orange sherbet gummy bears. LOL. Yeah, those are amazing. I haven't had them since then. I need to get those. Those are fantastic. I think that's something I want to do over on the Death Curse channel, is do like some kind of weird food and candy reviews. something totally not related to art and not related to this channel at all. But we're trying to do some fun stuff over there, and I got a fascination for gummy bears and potato chips of all types. So I want to find a place to chat about that. Ty Ranger says, I thought Ryan said, oh, want to get Bat on the channel. My brain immediately did the Bale Batman voice in my head. I'm Bat, man. Yeah, I think he just goes by Matt Bandy now. I'm not sure if he signed. Yeah, I think he might still sign by Bat. I'm not sure. Rex Doom says, need to finish the 24-hour comic, work on super gross pulp signs. I need energy. Yeah, not sure if it's happening this Friday. Not sure if I can make it. Even if I can't make it, I hope the guys got it going, because missing a week of that, it's always a bummer. I get so hyped immediately following each 3-hour chunk that we do that I'm like, oh, I'm so looking forward to next week. And then when we miss that week, it's like blue pencil. No, I don't know. That was a bad joke. I don't want to get gross. Yeah, Mexican standoff at the Del Tacos, definitely. Del Taco Wars. But Noggles is back. For those of you that don't know, Noggles is back, and they are awesome. I haven't been this last year because it's just a little too far away to drive, to not be able to sit there and eat it, since they're just doing pickup and stuff like that. And that stuff's so messy. But yeah, Noggles is back, and they're pretty badass. They canceled ice cream. Oh, I saw something about that Golden Gate time, something on the Bancroft stream right before I hopped over here. But yeah, when you said they canceled ice cream, I thought you were talking about one of the things I hated that Del Taco did. Maybe you old school Del Taco guys know, they had an orange shake that was awesome. They had this killer orange shake, and they got rid of that. Man, it's probably been close to 20 years now, because we were young and we were going to go protest their main office, because their main headquarters was in our hometown of Lake Forest. So Simonin says, you can't beat weirder food than Japanese chips and junk food combos. They have the strangest flavors. Best potato chips in existence are the Calibi pizza chips. They're like the ridged, like the ruffles with ridges. They're like that, but they have pizza seasoning and literal actual melted cheese on the chips. They're not overly salty like most American chips, even though I'm fine with that. These are less salty, so when you eat the whole bag, it doesn't feel as bad. And I don't mean emotionally, because screw that. I mean, you don't physically feel as bad. Yeah, I was all weary about like the vaccines and stuff, and then got invited to Japan in November, and I was like, give me a shot, shoot me with something. I want to go so bad. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to possibly getting to go and play another show in Japan. I'll keep you guys updated on that. That would be with the Taint. Simonin says here on a further note on there, he says, on a flight from Japan to China, they gave me a bento box for the airport wait. The snacks were the oddest thing I've ever eaten. Yeah, all sorts of dried beans and rice snacks, seasoned in different ways with eel and rice flavor, or eel and all sorts of fish flavors and stuff like that. Or even those things are used to flavor it, but sometimes it doesn't taste that fishy. I got used to like Happy Snacks and stuff like that. They weren't that prevalent in the 80s, but I grew up next to a Marine base, and we had tons of people that had been stationed in Japan that had come here, and the commissary just stocked them full of all the Japanese stuff that they had gotten used to. So yeah, we grew up, skating the military base, eating Japanese snacks, and watching sumo wrestling and stuff like that. Yeah. Oh, did Spencer say I'm going to rant about pizza chips before I did? He probably did. 952. He probably did. That smart ass mofo almost made me swear on my own channel. It's my own rule, but I always break it. If anyone's going to make me break it. Spence wants to be the merch guy for that trip. Oh, dude, I would love to go to Japan with you just to see how many people would want to take a picture with you. I was huge in Japan, standing just 6 foot, maybe. I used to be a little more than 6 foot. I'm getting old. I probably lost a little. But Still girthy though. Don't worry, still girthy. Yeah, I would love to have you. I need to look up when Tokyo Con is and if they're doing that again or if they're putting that off for another year because they do a Comic Con there towards the end of the year. It's usually a similar time. But man, if I have to stay a month to make that work, I'm gonna do that. I want to do Japanese business and buy American jeans. Yeah, it's a fantastic place. Great food, great people, great train system. All right, we're hitting the last couple minutes here, guys, of our Late Night Inks live hangout. It's been so rad having this many people so active. I should have planned for more videos so that we could watch more stuff instead of just my ugly mug. But here we are. Replicant says, if it's accompanied by rice, I can probably endure whatever goes on top of it. Yeah, that's a good thing about rice. Wow, this chat is just jumping. Speaking of sumo, did you hear that Kakuryo, the Yokozuna has retired, was announced yesterday. No, that's a big deal. He's a big dog. No, I did not. Oh, that'd be funny. Maybe we should cover sumo or something interesting like that. Good idea, Jay Lee. I'm going to thank you for that idea. Big in Japan. Be tight. Yeah, come with us, Padrino. You could be my guitar tech. I don't know how far the flight is from Bolivia. I imagine it's probably another 11 hours. But yeah, everybody, any foreigners that want to meet up in Japan in November, I'm probably going to be there. So Rex just wants to be abandoned in Japan. What did I miss Rex say? Rex says, I want to go with you guys. I want you to leave me there. Yeah, I'm thinking this time I'm going to take my cats with me in case I decide not to come back. Because everything I need is there. My family's here, of course, but who needs family? We got my wife and my cats with me, and I got internet connection to you guys. Take the indie streaming scene over to Japan. I know there's a few cool cats over there. Simonin was bummed at Kakuryo. I've never said that name out loud. Kakuryo, that's how you'd say that. Bummed him out. Death Curse says, I will never make it big in the US. He's too weird, William C. I don't know, man. You're still just a baby. You're still just a baby. Get your products out there. You'll be the next George Lucas. You can shave your neck all weird up to your chin and stuff like that. Oh, I do have before we go, I do have a little bit of advice that my mom gave me. I was telling her I went to McDonald's and she admitted something to me. And this is my mom. She's just breaking 70. She taught jiu-jitsu until 2 years ago. And she was a amateur professional racquetball player in the men's league when I was a kid. And she's just this crazy athlete. My mom was just super healthy her entire life. And she admitted to me recently, she said one of the reasons she did that was so that now, at this point in her life, she could have McDonald's breakfast every day and not feel bad about it. And I was like, what? You go to McDonald's every day? She's like, haven't admitted that to anybody. She's like, I've been doing it for the last few years. I go every morning and get their sausage McMuffin. She's like, feels good to be able to admit that. She's like, but that was her advice to everyone was eat healthy and be healthy so that you can retire and just live on McDonald's. All right. Simonin says there's a big sumo tournament that is going on right now as we speak. Jay Lee says Wrestle Kingdom totally rocks. Been to several. He knows Tenzin personally. Right on. So, okay, I'm going to have to start catching back up on sumo. I lightly watch, or not lightly, I barely watch stuff. I watch a few things each year. I kind of keep up on like who's who. Same with like WWE kind of stuff, but man, it'd be fun to really dive into that stuff. Ryan William C says Ryan's mom sounds like a superhero mentor character. No, she totally is. And here's a funny thing too. So, not to get like too personal or anything, but my family doesn't care that much. But my sister had a kid who, during a time where she was a heroin addict, so she couldn't raise him. She actually went off to jail and stuff. So my mom even full on went Aunt May, and she raised my nephew. It's been 15 years, and we've all, you know, taken our hand in helping out and stuff, and that's why I'm so close to him. But yeah, my mom's a full on Aunt May, like, but she's not that sweet. Like, she's the one. Like, I used to think she was mean, and now I realize, like, oh, my mom was toughening me up. You know, both my parents were a lot like that. You know, my dad was the kind of guy that was like, you know, he'll throw you in with the big waves, because he trusts that you will find your way to swim. He's like, you're my boy. You're strong and you're capable and you can do this. And yeah, my dad did a lot of stuff like that with me. You know, like our house was a no training wheels house. It was, we got taken back out in the back alley, put on the bike and shoved down the alley, and your first move was to crash into the bricks and the trash cans and stuff like that. Hey, all right, we're gonna hang out for a few more minutes here. Everyone's the chat is crazy. Hey, whoa, I see Mr. Michael Bancroft himself in the chat. He says he's 40. Can I start the McDonald's diet now? I don't know. My mom seems to think we need to wait till we're almost 70. But I was trying to tell her, I was like, no, but you're of the old world, Mom. You came from you were birthed by somebody who was from the Dust Bowl era and stuff. I am new blood from the 70s. I am post-atomic era. And she wasn't buying any of that. She actually called me a retard, but you know, that's neither here nor there. But yeah, if you guys don't know, I imagine everyone here knows, but Michael Bancroft has one of the best shows on YouTube as far as just having fun promoting books, talking over subjects, getting creators on there, getting spotlights on for lesser known creators, getting big dogs on there too. You know, check out his channel. Absolutely fantastic. Yes, El Padrino, Grandma Win is the best. You know what? I should have my mom on the channel. I should get both my parents on. They're both wild characters with crazy stories, crazy lives. Yeah, my mom's a nut. Yes, my mom is more, yes, Michael Bancroft. My mom is more like a Yondu than an Aunt May. No, definitely. Yeah, and she was like crazy wild woman too. Like, she like hit a snake with her car and went back and finished skinning it to wrap around her hat. I remember that was a fun afternoon. Anytime she found an animal injured somewhere, it always came home with us, and she'd be sewing them up and all kinds of stuff. Yeah, definitely more of a Yondu. My mom would love that compliment too. Because not only did my mom read the Jim Valentino Guardians of the Galaxy in the 90s with me, but she loves those movies. Does your mom make wheat cakes like Aunt May? No, but she used to make me eat rice cakes. She used to make me take rice cakes. That was where I couldn't have chips when I was a kid. And that might be why I love potato chips so much. As we were a rice cake family. She's, oh, you can put a little salt on it. It's like, no. If you're sending me to school with things I can't trade, it's worthless. You're sending me to school with worthless stuff, which means I don't want it either. But, you know. And she tried to, what if we put peanut butter on it? You're like, it's still foam. It's still freaking foam, Mom. Death Curse says, God damn, I thought Bancroft was younger than me. Curse my Irish genetics. Yes, Spencer is not only an old soul, he is an old body in a young body. Billy Jacobs laughing at, I assume, Spencer, because we're all laughing either at or with Spencer, yes. Definitely. Bancroft has the best blouses, though. D. Hausner is likely to note. And Bancroft says thank you. He says thank you very much. He appreciates the comment about the blouses, I'm sure. Jay Lee says, that's James Lee, for those of you that don't know. I have a lot of photos from when Liger retired all 3 nights, especially the send-off for him and his wife and son. Very cool. Yeah, we'll have to have a Let's Talk About Japan night. Coming soon to Alterna. Atomic Era Retard. Man, if Peter would let me put that book out, that would be something. TJ Good Thunder says, Grandma went up there with the likes of Uncle Iro. Iro, yes. I'm hip. I know what I'm talking about. All right, I do have to get going. Let's catch up on these last few comments. I missed some last time. Let's see. Jay Lee explained into Rex Doom he designed wrestlers tees for the new NWA president personally. So did work for the wrestlers and the NWA and the NJPW and Noah at the same time in the past. Very cool. Yeah. Jay Lee's Jay Lee's been around. All right, everybody chit-chatting. All right, we are going to be signing off here. Thank you guys for hanging out. This has been a really fun episode. It's been a nice break. I needed this just like a couple weeks ago. I needed to just kind of come in and hang out and not do a live inking video, not do an ink along. Just kind of let's watch a vid. Let's answer some questions. Let's catch up on the merch. The other thing that's cool that I'm looking forward to trying tonight. We ordered so much stuff from Sticker Mule. They sent us a free bottle of their mule sauce. So I don't know if you guys have had it. I have not had it. It's a 4 out of 5 on their own little heat intensity chart. So I'm looking forward to that. I will let you guys know what is up with that. People said they had fun, get some rest. Rex Doom says, you have a retard idea too? We need to publish our own. I have Retardatron 3000. Yes, sir. All right. So that being said, I am going to sign off with a song and leave you guys to it. Thank you again. You guys are awesome. Hail to the chat. Hail to Spencer and Kevin for coming up with Cade. We got to watch me ink Cade tonight. Thank you, Dean, for those pencils. Thank you, Alterna, for publishing us. Blah, blah. That's everything, ain't it? And I thought I hit the video to leave, and I did not. What I meant to do was this.
Give us any chance, we'll take it. Read us any rules, we'll break it. We're gonna make our dreams come true. Doing it our way. Nothing's gonna hold us back now. Straight ahead and on the track now.